we're entrained to think of musicians and creative types as being a bit anti-establishment, being a bit edgy, a bit dangerous, not towing the official line, liking to go against official narratives. But that's not what we've seen over the past 2.5 years, is it? Quite the opposite. They've shown their true colours. They've let it be known for all to see that they're completely and utterly controlled and dancing to the piper's tune, serving the hand that feeds them. So some questions that I've had is, where have all the so-called punk rockers been? Where have all the so-called anarchists been? What about the heavy metal guys, heavy rock? Isn't that supposed to stick it to the man, to the establishment, to the system? Not only that, where have all the bloody DJs been? Right? With a few honourable exceptions, obviously, but not many. I come from the DJ game, and again, we're, as a breed, thought of supposedly as being a bit anti-establishment and not going along with mainstream society. But in all honesty, there should have been hundreds of names from the DJ world who should have stepped up these past 2.5 years and said some things that needed saying. DJs have huge audiences and have incredible sway and incredible influence. And just the rightly judged word or two from just a couple of extremely influential names could have made all the difference in this narrative with certain demographics, certain groups in society. And the fact that virtually none of them have stood up is a further indicator of just how owned their asses are. So, I did an interview a few years ago with a rapper who goes by the name of M1. Nothing to do with motorways, he's the front man of a hip-hop group called Dead Prez. Anyone heard of Dead Prez? Okay, a few, yeah. So, he said to me, if, as an artist, you're not saying things that are meaningful and expressing yourself openly and saying what's on your mind and making statements, I have to ask, in all honesty, are you an artist? Because that's what artistry is supposed to be all about. Creative expression. That can come through DJs, it can come through musicians, it can come through actors. Same with theatre. It's the same with all these industries, isn't it? Yeah. That's right. That's right. And so it becomes clear that it takes a certain amount of integrity and courage and a conscience to stand up and speak out at times like these, because there's never been a time in human history where every voice from the creative, artistic professions has been needed more than this one. In the whole field of human history, every voice has been needed, but the response has been pathetic. Yes. Absolutely pathetic. Only a few exceptions. Obvious names like Van Morrison, who's a Sir, which makes it all the more surprising. Because Sirs aren't generally known for going against the establishment narrative. Right, Sir Paul? Right, Sir Mick? Right, Sir Elton? They're more likely to go on ads for the NHS, rolling up their sleeves and saying, come on guys, take the jab, Right, Sir Elton? And Sir Michael Caine on the same ad, disgusting. Lifetime actors. Like Lenny Henry, oh boy. Disgusting. So, Van Morrison, Ian Brown said a thing or two, right?
Right said Fred.
Right said Fred. So, nothing from Paul Weller and Billy Bragg, but plenty from Right Said Fred. Something's gone wrong here. A word or two from Morrissey, he said a couple of things, not as much as he should have done, but better than nothing. You take what you can get. You know, a few others from the dance music scene. Baby D, Norris the Boss Windross, I think, has said a couple of things. Gary Cobain, Future Sound of London. But not many others, not many others. So I've had to come round to accepting that I was actually quite naive in imagining that with an agenda like this coming along, there would be hundreds of voices from the entertainment world, from the music business, standing up to speak out about the obvious tyranny. Because ignorance is not an excuse, because all the information anyone could ever need is out there, is readily available through the internet. Personal research is available to anyone with the will to do it.